Gazanks.
You are Ron Burgundy. Like, I can just write whatever, and I think you will read it. If you have not finished Onyx Storm, stop right now, go back and finish the book ASAP, and then come back to us. We will be waiting for you. We just don't want to ruin anything for you since this podcast will have spoilers. We are covering chapters 46 through 50 of Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros, so I'm going to assume that you have read it, and we will not be spoiling anything for you. Just a reminder, we say bad words and shit. Not okay, we don't and shit on the air. Is there anything you want to talk about from previous episodes?
Yes, but not now.
All right.
Yep, off to a great start. Let's go.
Just a reminder that theories can evolve, change, be debunked, or just be completely off the rails, which if you're here, you know that. Regardless, it's all for fun and not that deep.
True that. I feel like if Zayden was in like the 2000s, he would shop at Buckle and possibly wear a cuff, and it would be fine. You know?
It's
He probably wore a Live Strong bracelet too. So,
but the real question is, if he was a millennial like us, would he have worn puka shells?
Middle school, but not at high school. Yeah. And he would never have popped a collar.
Okay, so he didn't spike his hair.
I didn't say that. I think he used American Crew gel, possibly spiked his hair. He wasn't an Axe guy, probably an Abercrombie Fierce, and then when he got into his early 20s, would have went up to Acqua di Gio, a little Armani. That's my thoughts.
That's fair.
Don't you think?
I'm picturing him with, he would definitely have a collared shirt, just like he definitely would wear a polo, black, with his buckle jeans and the puka shell necklace in like 6th grade.
Yeah, I just don't ever see him popping it because it's a little too on the nose for him. You know, he's got to be a little rock and roll.
He's not a trench coat kid though.
No, he's not. Better question. Where would Violet have shopped? Would she be an AE girly? Would she Abercrombie? Hollister?
Hollister girl.
She's so skinny too.
Yeah. Well, and she's a third child. The first kids get like the Abercrombie stuff. She's a third child. Hollister's a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, probably right.
She wasn't loved like the others.
No.
She got Hollister.
You know, she was down in the scribes. Like, it's dark in there. Like,
it doesn't matter what you're wearing.
No, it's all that matters is your brain.
I wonder what middle school is like for them.
That is an excellent question.
Like, what do they learn prior to all of this?
Do they have braces?
Do they have fucked up teeth in Navarre?
Yeah. That's what we want to know.
It's a great question. Do they have, like, plastic surgeons?
Maybe. Maybe Talia, she went back to her aisle and she got big old titties.
She got a BBL, and that's why she actually went to Hedotus, because they give the best BBLs.
It's 100% what happened. Cracked the case. Again, you heard it here first.
I think of Hall & Oates, Rich Girl, but I sing it in my head like, she's a thick girl.
Now I'm going to do...
So tell me some theories we talked about.
I thought we just discussed important information. Don't try to act like it wasn't important.
Okay, Hall & Oates, you know, remix of that for sure for Talia, because it's canon that she got a BBL.
Yeah, at Hedotus.
Right. Best surgeon.
Maybe it's like in the underground layer, like the old city. So what theories have we discussed? The theme of 6 Yrits, 6 crates of daggers, 666. Continue with Violet being able to wield pure power from the sky thanks to Indarna. Mad Riddick love. Indarna's tail carrying the cure for Venom. Venom being poison. Maybe needing to reckon with Malik for Zayden's soul. What if Theophany is a homie and not a hoe? Jesus Christ, Kylie. Kaori is sus, but we aren't sure why. Black Onyx Jeb School. I am Ron Burgundy.
That's literally the only one that I like slipped in truly.
Just the tip.
That is the only one. Chaps, I did it again. 46. We went with the theme of songs this round.
Yeah, I went all songs. That was the only thing my brain had left in me. Songs.
I went with songs as well. Did you see?
I haven't looked at. I saw one of them, but I don't even remember what it was at this point. So it'll be a surprise.
I added gifts, so yeah, it will be a surprise this round.
Perfect.
Okay, Chaps, I did it again. 46. Cue the second montage of Violet doing some work with her Signet and training. While things are getting better with her Signet, it's so beautiful, I can say it right. It's not the rest of the continent. Xaden will only talk to Violet down the bond and will not be alone with her. Taryn is impossible to be around, and Darna, understandably, isn't around. And tensions are running high between the Eurasian riders and the Navarians over whether or not to open the borders.
I just want to know, why do I picture she's a maniac, maniac? No, whoa.
But she's like running up the stairs with it.
Yeah.
It's a dance number for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
It's Onyx Storm, the musical.
Or now I'm picturing Michael Scarn when he's learning how to hockey with Creed. It's just a montage of it.
I think we have an opportunity to like make this into a musical.
I think we could.
It's gonna be the next Broadway hit, and we're gonna be the stars. They've heard all of our little singing tidbits throughout this podcast, and they're like, yes.
This is a thing about 20-year-olds, but no, let's take these 35-year-old moms. They got the talent.
They do it all the time in Hollywood.
Not as much as they used to, but yes.
Okay, once again, more Riddick love. He also has quite the pair of balls on him to give Imogen shit when he's like, you keeping Tavis locked in your bedroom or something, Cardulo? Like, how brave of Riddick. And then she like gives him a murderous look. I would too, but I just love Riddick.
Yeah, he deserves the love.
And Imogen deserves to get a little shit. She needs to be humbled.
Yeah. I mean, we both need it sometimes, so does Imogen.
We relate.
We do relate.
They're heading to Eurasia in a couple days, and Reese shares that Kaori, Felix, and Pancake are coming with. Kaori is just tagging along to try and see Andarna, but that ain't happening. They hear a commotion from the Great Hall, and it's Llewellyn, the person, not the place, handing the Duke of Chaldeer his ass. Apparently, Llewellyn, the person, is there as a proxy for Xaden in the scenario, and he is here about the border sitch. But then Daddy walks in, and so does Halden, who joins the argument. I just want to say that I like waffles over pancakes, so fuck Pancheck. And it was also a spelling error, and I just went with it.
I would much rather take some fucking French toast.
Yeah,
over pancakes.
Okay.
And I would take waffle too. I have a little Leslie Knope in me. I would definitely take a waffle.
I waffles over pancakes, though. Pancakes are
fine, but they're nothing to write home about. Like, I will eat one.
They're sweet bread without the crust, and I'm a crust girly. I like waffles.
Waffles are better.
Yeah,
the crispiness, Yeah, I like pancakes with a little peanut butter and syrup, though.
We had another little peek-see at Arts. Oh my God, his name Arts?
Maurizio.
And Arts. We had a little peek-see at Arc's Signet in this chapter, and it says, Arc tilts his head, then pauses just before the door, bringing the squad to an awkward stop. And Lynx, who's a first year, starts saying something, and then Arc throws his arm over Lynx's chest and then drags him back, bumping into Sawyer just before the door bursts open and the Duke of Chaldeer flies through. I wonder how Arc knew how to just stop them all.
It's really smart. So he says his gaze jumps to mine. Or he says. Violet says his gaze jumps to mine like a compass pulled north. A compass, you say? Violet and Xaden are both each other's North Stars. That damn black compass is going to be such an important tool in the future. Mark my word.
I agree. I think it's a key somehow. Maybe it's Malik's Horcrux. Like, it's important. It all comes back to Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. I keep on bringing Pirates of the Caribbean up the last couple episodes, so
I guess that's for Patreon. Xaden's like, I don't give a fuck. The discussion is over. Like, is it hot in here or is it just Xaden?
And then Riddick being like, ooh, he's the wing leader, boys.
So you know Xaden was firm in what he said.
Firm, you say?
I need to know how firm. Come here, Xaden. Let me check.
God damn it. That's reminding me of Dwight trying to see if Jim is kind of chubby because he was talking to Kathy.
The show definitely borders on kind of fucked up.
Oh, it's completely fucked up,
Well,
but I don't care.
we don't talk about Scott's tots.
No.
Who okayed that?
I don't know. It's like, it just is like Michael Scott first season on crack.
They just wanted to remind us of his roots and where he came from, as in being weird. Speaking of Xaden, turns out Daddy Xaden is just a fucking saint because he's going to open his borders to take in civilians. Halden doesn't like it when Xaden says he will do what he wants with his province, and so he's starting a bitch fit trying to say it's my kingdom. But Xaden takes zero shit with, yes, you are first in line to rule a large amount of territory, but I rule mine now. Drathus has weeks before they attack, and Tyrrendor will open her borders. We will take any and all Paromish civilians willing to climb the Madaro Pass. Would you truly condemn 30,000 people to die?
Why is Halden so against letting the Paromish civilians in? Who is Halden working with? What is their evil little plan? Is it Bougie BT? I want to know, you stupid little basket bitch.
The worst gift basket.
Boom basket.
The worst gift basket. I would never want to receive him. Well, I mean, he is attractive, so maybe I'll
Extremely
receive with
attractive.
like some duct tape over his mouth.
I do like green eyes too. So.
Just cover the mouth.
Mhm.
Ball
Well,
gag. Well, Art did say that Halden knows about Venin, which is why he chose to join the Riders Quadrant. And Halden is deep in his dad's asshole playing his minion. And so he has to be working with Bougie B Viscount. Like everything is easier when your friends are in power or the people that are working with are like working towards your agenda. But what is King Tori's actual agenda? Like, why doesn't he? Well, obviously, like they talk about, they're doubling the amount of people they're feeding and whatnot. But what's his actual agenda?
I don't know. And I just don't find him very wise. So I'm still stuck on that. I think he gave himself that nickname. I still stand by that.
Yeah, why do you have this name? I mean, that's so pompous. Like, I'm not going to call myself
Well,
Kylie the Wise. I'm not.
his son ends up being precog, can see things in the future. So, I mean, we know King Tori is not a writer,
Right.
but maybe he's a seer.
Because usually, like, if somebody in your familial line has something similar, so I wonder what his
Yeah.
is. If he has any, like, magical touch, too, if he's so wise.
Right. I just in my head all of a sudden are thinking about the next book that we're covering. Like, well, only royals that have magic are allowed, but that's the other book. Played a prisoner. You have to have magic if you're royal to rule.
Good in theory, though, for them, but
But I don't know. It is a little interesting that some might say interesting that King Tori the Wise and then his son ends up being able to like see the future.
just really compelling.
Or maybe when we talk about King Tori the Wise, it's actually we're talking about Ark. He ends up being the king and he's the wise one.
Then Halden is a fucking moron and says, "Will you be so quite so sure of yourself when I bring my troops into Tyrrendor?" And the tension is thick. Not the fun sexual kind either. Xaden replies with, "You are a prince, not the prince. Bring your troops into Tyrrendor, and Arik will suddenly find himself first in line for the throne." Guards draw swords, and Violet tries to calm Xaden. Halden thinks his little brother will be on his side, but Eric is like, "Fuck this fuck. I'm on Xaden's side." I didn't realize I wrote that. Fuck this fuck. I'm on Xaden's side. And that he says that he is an Oration. Halden tries to sound menacing with, "You've been warned." But Xaden is taking it to the next level with his tone. And he's like, "And you've been informed."
Xaden and Ark's relationship, I think they're closer than we know. not like in a fun way, but like
Sneaky way.
I think Ark went to Xaden about something that maybe he saw happening, and they helped concoct a plan together. And when Xaden was in Devrelli, he mentioned that he has a weird loyalty to somebody back home, like, and it was referring to Arik. And I think Arik was definitely in on Xaden's plan at the end. I reread the last battle scene last night, and I think it said that Arik was seen flying south. What if Arik was the one who used the distraction of the battle and was actually the one who took the dragon eggs?
I mean, Ark is hella tight with Xaden. He literally just said, unless Ryerson is here going to sign another provincial commitment, I believe I'm under his chain of command now, as are probably a third of your troops, despite Xaden killing his brother, despite everything. So I think you're onto something. I don't think it's interesting. I think it's compelling what you have to say.
I just feel like they've been working together the whole time on the side than we like in this book that we didn't know about.
Would you say that Xaden is a mastermind?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they've definitely been plotting together because we're only technically getting Violet's point of view through all these stories, unless we get, the other chapters. But yeah, they're scheming.
Because if they weren't working together, I don't think that Xaden would have made the comment that he has loyalty to Arik. Like, why?
Through Violet too.
Well, I know that there's that, but I just don't feel like he would say that out loud. Like, I think it's like a personal loyalty on top of just because of I.
Yeah, because he doesn't sit there and say I'm loyal to Ree or Sawyer or Riddick.
Yeah.
Especially not
No,
Riddick.
to say that he has a loyalty towards like a royal, that was obviously him. Like that's
not just a royal, but a royal of Navarre, like somebody
Yeah.
that they've been like button heads with.
not penis.
They're not docking. Or Ark can join my harem too.
Oh yeah, Art can join. Why choose?
I think he would be into it though.
Yeah.
Ark,
And he already saw it happening in his brain and he knows exactly what to do.
so he saw the future of joining my harem.
Yeah, he knows.
I've got to draw like a pyramid of my harem and like who's at what status. It's the new
I can't
MLM.
wait. Our musical of this is going to be great. It's going to be just great.
Anybody can call us. We will help you write the script.
Some might say we will get a standing O.
Touche.
Winky wink. Go, go, go.
There's another point where Violet points out that the amber in Xaden's eyes seems brighter but not lighter. A new sharp ache spread in her chest. Has he channeled from the earth again, or are we on day 66? And I am curious on what happens to a Venom that never channels again. Do their eyes eventually go back to normal or damn near close? Once again, eye color problems. But I feel like that point was made and it means something.
Yeah, she doesn't just put.
Nothing is willy-nilly in these books.
I want you to know I was trying so hard to not say willy-nilly right there because I said it like 2 times yesterday. So the fact that that just came out of your mouth when I was literally trying, it's like it came out of my brain and it decided to go into yours.
I don't understand our relationship at all. I really don't. It's like we have a thread of a bond. And sometimes you send me stupid shit. Sometimes I send you stupid shit. Here we are.
A podcast. God help.
Fated non-sexual mates. But yeah, God help us.
Heterosexual life partners, like we used to say.
Yes. Heterosexual mates. I like it.
Everything's a mate.
It sounds better in our realm.
Mm-hmm. In our realm.
Violet asks Xaden if they are taking civilians, and he says, we are. Not that it will do them much good. A wyvern made it halfway to Eratia yesterday before falling out of the sky. A dozen more tried, and that they only have a month. Then shadows start spreading from behind Violet. Lynx, the first year, has manifested as a shadow wielder, which means magic knows, and Lynx is now the balance to Xaden. Xaden coaches Lynx through the moment and sends him to that dick Professor Carr.
Asshole. Zayden was such a shadow daddy in that moment, calming Lynx down though. Like, son,
Oh my god, turn me on.
I know.
I think it's time that everyone learns Lynx's name and remembers him since he is the balance to Xaden, and we're definitely going to get to know him more. And his name does start popping up more, but just it is another name for everyone to remember.
And I know Zayden says magic knows, and Lynx is the balance. But why is there allowed to be multiple ice wielders and metal, whatever that I can never say the word, in every generation? I'm not what?
Wielder.
No, it's like metal.
Oh, meteorology, whatever.
Yeah, yep. Sure, you're good at it too. I think it's possible to have more on one side just with varying strengths. My guess is Lynx will have a fairly low shadow wielding power because I think the Duke of Darkness is going to be a double agent.
So does that mean that another shadow wielder, like of lesser magic, would happen on the Venom side? And Xaden's just
Maybe.
true shadow daddy and has all these shadow wielders under him.
Yeah.
And his
That's
downline.
him, his MLM. His downline will have nothing but shadow wielders.
I'm into it.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they're all hot.
And like their signing bonus is going to be like extra shadows and it's going to be super
You
cute.
get to keep a little bit more of your soul if you are on the
Yeah.
Venom side. And what would the enticement be for non-Venom? You don't lose your soul.
Mm-hmm. Your soul turns into a shadow. It's not all the way gone.
What did you just say?
Your soul turns into a shadow. It's not all the way gone.
Hold that thought. Xaden is ready to peace out after this, and he tells Violet that Dick Dad Ados asked him to resign. Vi asks him to stay, but he has Duke shit to do, and they're just prolonging the inevitable. Vi wants to know what happens to her, Taryn, and Sigil if he gives in and turns. Do Venom get once-a-week visits? Does their bond survive you turning? Does ours? You and I are tethered for life, Xaden Ryerson. Am I expected to turn with you? Is that the only way to keep our dragons alive if you give up? But it doesn't go in her favor. And he says, you have to accept what I already have. The man you love no longer fully belongs to himself. And then he walks past Llewellyn, the person, into the great hall, taking Violet's heart with him.
This is just so sad. But I just feel like full on plotting was happening here because it's not just about Vi and Xaden. Dragons are both their first loves and they will both do whatever it takes to save them. But the to the Venom get once a week visits made me giggle. I just imagine Vi and Berwin like having a parenting plan and sharing custody. Like, "Oh, it's my weekend."
I mean, they were doing once-a-week visits with Jack.
Right? So maybe that's what they're doing. I also don't want to brush by that comment, though. Am I expected to turn with you? Because every possible path is what her and Andarna keep saying. What if I does end up turning to get Xaden because she has a full ass plan with Andarna and they find and know the cure? So how likely do you think it is that Vi turns?
I feel like it's really probable. Like, obviously she doesn't want to, but I feel like she'll have to test like a serum or something along the lines.
And what if that the reason that why her path isn't clear is because she does turn Venom, but she's able to turn back time and gets that venomness out of her, you know? But like think about it though. Maybe that's why her path isn't clear, is because she does actually turn Venom, but then she, hops back into regular world.
And Darna can break and bend bonds.
Magic, yeah.
So why can't Violet if she can wield it? If she hones in on that shit, that magic from the sky. So I'm doing this.
Yeah.
If she hones in on that, like who's to say that she can't break that if she's a Venom? Llewellyn, the person, tells Violet, I'm not entirely sure what that was about, but I've seen how hard it can be to love someone in power. Wearing a title like this can sometimes feel like you're a fraying rope. being continuously ripped apart between what you personally want and what your people need. And then he asks Violet to set aside her needs to help Tyrandor because Xaden and Tyrandor are one and the same now. She knows that means Tyrandor comes first, Xaden second, the relationship fights for third, and Violet's personal needs are a matter of convenience. Llewellyn, the person, tells her it's hard to love someone in power, and that goes both ways. And then he goes back to his meeting. Violet asks Taryn to let her know if Xaden leaves, and he does 2 hours later without saying bye. There's a comment where it's like, but Xaden isn't in power. He is power, and he's slipping. Something about her saying Xaden is power has me convinced her bond with Andarna has more of an effect on Xaden than we think. But then you just mentioned, say it again.
His soul isn't gone. It just turns to shadows.
I feel like there's something to that.
Like, because he's a shadow wielder, that, yes, because of love and everything, it makes it different, the poisoning of its soul, like, but he can warp that when he needs to. And he says, like, the darkest ones are the ones closest to him, right? She needs to be able to determine it. Maybe there's more of his soul in those shadows because of it.
Why say that he is power?
Yeah, because it's not just his title is power either. It's he is power. And he was what? The most powerful writer in the generation? Was.
Now he might be the most powerful villain for now.
He will be the villain for her, not to her.
Because she wills him to not hurt her, but I do say that later.
Yeah, we can cover.
Yeah.
So
let's simmer on this thought. I like where this is going. And maybe it doesn't go anywhere on this book. Obviously, I don't think it's going to, but I think it's something to invest.
it's a point that could be made, and that we'll see what other people come up with too. Chapter time 47. Is that what you wanted from me?
That was beautiful. Yes, thank you.
A dragon determines its last flight and its riders. Article 1, Section 2, the Dragon Riders Codex.
Who's to say the dragons don't just lose their shit and try to assassinate their riders?
I mean, I would have wanted to 86 JB if I was Bade. I mean, who doesn't want to 86 JB?
Maybe they'll have like some retribution for the way that JB treated Bade and the way Venom treat dragons, and they just get sick of everyone's shit, and like the Irids did. Dragons can also sever bonds if they want to just start new. So no choose to this batch of riders.
No choose. Sawyer asks Vi to help him while he tries to ride his dragon. Oh, that sounds sexual. Fuck. Apparently, he's Inspector Gadget because there was a Y in there. Because give a Y. Shit. Okay, I got this. Apparently, he is Inspector Gadget because he created a lever in his prosthetics. Pull the lever, Crunk. And that does something cool. Unfortunately for you, the audience, my brain stops working when anything mechanical is involved, but the thing he created will help him ride the dragon. Or climb up the dragon. Yes, not ride it. That's gross, like we said. But I think the hook catches the top of each scale as he climbs on his dragon. I don't like his dragon's name, so I refuse to say it, but the two S's get in a little argument.
Leashug.
I don't like it. I don't like that name.
It was cute that Violet offered to talk to him about everything, but Sawyer had already talked to Hottie with the naughty body, Justinia, and had a different need for Violet to fill, which that sounds wildly sexual.
Sawyer takes off running-ish, but wipes out in the mud. Vi gives some sage, not the venom kind, advice on how to get up the damn thing. He tries again, but he can't quite complete it. Sawyer starts talking to S and is like, you're the one who took a risk on me, and I won't ask you the dishonor. Vi's like, wait, Taryn, is that how you feel when you dip your shoulder for me? Dishonor? Taryn starts listing his accomplishments. Before I go on, I just want this to be your reminder, ladies and gents, to have a Taryn girl summer. Be your confident ass sassy self. WWTD.
This last summer was WW80. This summer it's WWTD.
Hmm?
Okay, you have to say how he tooted his own horn. I am the second largest dragon on the continent and a revered warrior. My tales are legendary, my mate unparalleled, my feats unmatched, and we just need to honor his dick swinging moment here.
I knew you would want to be the one to highlight it, so there you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was really
I
nice
like
of
to.
you.
Sometimes I'm nice. But it makes me sad that Sawyer sees himself so poorly because he wasn't chosen the first year. It's like, no, Sawyer, you weren't chosen not because you weren't worthy, but because you needed to be with this squad. It was fate.
He wouldn't have been successful if he was like in the first year, like, ugh, no.
Hanging out with Dane when Dane was a total square back in the day?
Yeah,
No.
Sawyer would be a fucking nerd. And shout out to Violet and Ree for helping, and Riddick for helping make him cool.
Yeah,
But I also love that they just like took Sawyer in.
me too. I love Sawyer.
I just love Claude.
And Vi presses on, but you never had to lower yourself before me, did you? Not for Naolan or we do not speak of the one who came before. Agonizing pain floods the bond. Vi can't read a damn room. She can't tell jokes, and how she keeps on forgetting that we don't talk about Naolan is just ridiculous. I keep thinking about in the beginning of the book when Taryn was like just so sad after Xaden turned, and of course, I believe he was sad for his mate and he was sad for Violet, but I just think it's more and more proof that Naolan did turn, and the whole thing was just very triggering to him. I don't understand why the Veil isn't offering therapy. We know they're wellness girlies. Like, come on. This dragon needs to talk about his feelings.
I was gonna say it's been 5 years, but you know, he had, or 6 years, he has PTSD. He needs the therapy, and you nailed it. Like, why wouldn't they?
Yeah, bottling things up isn't good. I'm well aware of this.
It's probably why Taryn is so spicy, because he doesn't talk about his feelings.
Mm.
I'm less spicy now. Not completely not spicy, but less.
But like, don't you think?
That he needs therapy? Yeah.
But Naolan did turn. Was my
Yeah, that's why I think it was PTSD, because it was like I've been here before. And
right. And just the way that Taryn's always been like, no, he's lost. Like he's a lost cause.
once said he's dead.
Yeah, because that's how Naolan lost cause. Couldn't save the man.
Alan, potentially Berwyn, who knows?
I wonder if the rune. What if Naolan still has some type of bonding thing, like with a rune with Taryn? He's sneaky with those runes,
Yeah.
and so he will be able to control Taryn. It's just an unhinged thought that came out of nowhere.
So Wyvern do have
Yeah, I know.
not an impossible theory. Because like, what if he had Taryn swallow a rock? You know, with you know the words just left my brain.
Taryn's more of a swallow not spit type of guy, so that was probably.
He swallowed a rune for sure. Big black rune.
We're losing followers left and right. This whole episode's bleeding. The two S's are arguing about how sacrificing a leg or whatever S Dragon says. I don't know because I'm not his human, but S Dragon shifts his position and Sawyer starts climbing up and finds a seat. Vi's basically like, damn boy, you look good up there. And he's like, you know it. And then Vi's like, does it matter how you got there or only that he chose you? You know the answer to that already.
But he's perfect. I gotta work. You know, Hannah Montana has some really great lessons in life. Everybody should listen to her.
I like that you skipped ahead.
Oh, I was just so ready.
I know.
I love when we both tune out when the other one's like speaking. We're so bad about it.
I've been trying to, or sometimes I like read it. And have you seen the Tom Brady roast?
Yeah, but it's been a long time.
Well, yeah, it came out like last May, but like there's all of these like videos of Bert Kreischer watching it and like reading the fucking what's it called?
Teleprompter?
Yes. and like laughing at the jokes before the jokes happen. So it's like me and you like either tuning out or I'm like so entrenched in reading. I'm like, oh shit.
I swear to God, I heard you reading that fucking paragraph though. I heard
did
it.
not.
It was not. We did it. We hit 2201.
Yay, good. Then Vi's ready to have another hard conversation and tells Andarna, it's okay to grieve, girl. You can talk to me if you want. And Andarna's like, well, you don't talk about your grief, and either does he. Vi says, she's getting there, and he isn't perfect either.
Nobody's perfect. I got him.
Thank you. Somebody's comedic timing is off. Bad Girl Riri and the rest of the squad get there, and they're hooting and hollering for the two S's. Ri's second guessing herself and is like, was I too hard on? Was I too hard on him?
It just sounds like a hard one.
Did I fail him? And Vi assures her that there was nothing anyone else could do. It was up to the S's, and she's an amazing squad leader. Gold star for you.
Immediately, Riddick is like, Sawyer, look at you. And he's just everyone's big fucking brother in this book. Like, my heart on for Riddick is very apparent.
You totally have a lady boner for him.
Hard. And I feel like when I was doing our chapters, when I was doing our chapters last night, this part is so sweet. Like between Dane and Imogen and the whole feel good moment, I was pre-crying, like edging close to crying.
That's embarrassing. But I think that we are suckers for found family because our family doesn't love us.
Yeah. Maybe that's why it was like just so touching. I was like, this is.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And we're talking about Imogen, Kat, Dane, all these people that weren't a part of the squad, and they're all just loving and hugging. And I hate hugging, but I love that for them.
It's a beautiful moment. But like the moments with Violet's mom before she died or anything like that, I'm just like, cool. But these ones, I'm like, oh my God, it's so beautiful.
They're just laughing because it's like Kylie, who hates to say anything nice to me and is so touched by these guys being nice to each other.
By fake people. Real people, absolutely not. Fake people,
No.
emotionally invested.
They are real. How dare you? They head to Erasia. Ugh, Zayden isn't there. Kaori is a little too close for comfort to Andarna, and she snaps at him. Vi calls him out and was like, she isn't going to let you study her. He apologizes and like, I selfishly want to see how the Empyrean functions, and I suspect that is why Panchek has tagged along as well.
Andarna snaps at Kaori when he walks a little too close, and then takes off after a herd of sheep. And Andarna just doesn't like Kaori either. And I feel like that's another red flag. But shout out to Violet when he tried to apologize and she called him out on his bullshit and was just like, no, you won't be studying her.
Why does he want to know about how this Empyrean functions? I know he has a hard on for dragons, but I feel like it's because he wants some intel.
That's smart. And maybe obviously the dragons are just kind of like a cover up. Maybe he never liked dragons to begin with. Maybe he is shifty.
Maybe he is a dragon.
He's just part dragon. Riddick says, and this isn't a Riddick love moment, although I do love him. He's like, I forgot how fucking hot this place is. Unbuttoning his flight jacket, it's a hatching ground, Rhiannon reminds him with a wide grin. I bet it's almost the same temperature as the Vale with how many dragons are here now. And what other isle was humid like this? Zelna. And I wonder if anything is hiding there, because that isle had magic too. It has the same type of weather. Compelling.
It's a very valid point.
It's unique. It's a unique thought. God, it's so hard not to say interesting.
Rhi and Vi start getting ready to head off to visit her family. Dane tries to suggest they all hold formation, but Vi and Rhi shut that shit down real quick. I said Rhi instead of Rhi. We're just going to ignore it, though. Family first and all. The group decides they will all go to Rhi's and will meet back in after everyone doesn't smell like dog shit. Vi but goes to their room, takes a shower, and reminisces.
Once again, poor Dane. He's like just trying to keep things structured and just gets a glare from Rhi and Violet. So he changed his tune. And this poor guy's just constantly getting shit on, just left and right in this book.
I know, and he's trying so hard. That's what she said. Brennan makes a visit. He tells her that he can't mend him. He tried every day he was here last week. They tried silent offerings in every local temple, pushing magic back into the earth, even chilling with eggs in the hatching grounds, and nada. Okay, you guys. I just want to mention, I do not think Brennan is bad. I posted this reel before Onyx Storm even got out about why I think Brennan is sus, and damn, the traction that damn thing fucking still has is wild. I think Brennan was acting sus in Iron Flame because he didn't know who to trust, and I think he's keeping secrets about Naolan. I also think that his willingness to try everything and help Xaden isn't just for his sister or for war efforts or Erasha. I think he had some hope that he actually has a test subject that he could try and mend. But I will say, Brennan does still have amber eyes. He also has a rune on his hand. It's very possible that he's either being controlled by the rune or maybe he has just the tip venom too. And I was thinking about like how Sigale never liked Brennan. I think that more has to do because Sigale and Taryn were obviously bonded at that point.
Right.
And what happened to Naolan, I think she just might have she didn't like their bond. But yeah, I just think I don't know.
I mean, she watched Naolan like hurt her partner. I don't know.
Yeah. So it's like how Taryn was so upset in the beginning of the book because of what Xaden did. I think that's more to it rather than her not liking Brennan. Who knows? Maybe Brennan's a shifty fuck, but I like him in this book.
Maybe Brennan said something shitty to her. We don't know.
Yeah. I just don't really think that Sigale likes men that much. She's like, these motherfuckers always doing dumb shit, and Taryn's exception to the rule. And obviously Xaden.
Right.
But I mean, look at Xaden doing dumb shit all the time.
Unless there's a reason for his dumb shit, which we will find out. I'm bringing Chapin back, 48. 472 AU, Willhaven Breivik. With the exception of one house, the village was desiccated overnight by a single Venin estimated to be a sage. The only adult amongst the three survivors described her as astonishingly ageless, hair as black as the day we married, but in place of the age lines I'd expected were bulging scarlet veins branching outward from her red ringed eyes. The Resurgence of Evil, a timeline by Pearson Hallowell.
This is foreshadowing for me. The Venin didn't destroy one house, but the whole fucking city, village is taken out. The house her husband and most likely her children, if there's only one adult out of the three, lived in, which makes me think she turned for love, which is a clue that no matter what destruction Xaden may cause in future books, he will not hurt Violet or the ones he loves. Intention makes a difference.
I wonder if the house is still standing and if there is something in there.
Like a clue in there.
Yeah, like, can we revisit this to prove whether or not, it was for love or whatnot?
I just think that, like, if Venin are supposed to be evil, right? And she takes out just by herself a whole fucking village, but the house that her husband and kids live in, that's love. So even if her soul is a little bit there or barely there, she knew not to do that. Like, there's a line she wouldn't cross.
Do we know which stage this was?
I think this is the only mention of her in the whole thing. I tried searching, and I think that's it.
Okay. I'm curious on this one. I'm curious on so much, but
I feel like that's the only reason why Rebecca would put this in is like, no, not all Venin are completely bad. Like, they do still have their soft spots.
yeah, but
Otherwise, what's the point of putting this in here?
for us to just squirrel.
I just think that's a foreshadowing thing.
I think we're onto it with the intention thing. The current weather has thunder rattling Violet's bedroom window. Vi has two wins in her little heart, with Zayn not giving up on himself and Brennan knowing about his Venin status. Violet has been practicing runes because everyone in their class, including Arik, who has yet to manifest his signet, she's reading a book from Takaris and is starting to notice a pattern, but as the reader, we only get the clue of that makes three. Thunder rolls and the lightning strikes, and another love goes cold on a sleepless night. So Vi starts to imbue ally for the daggers because why not? Felix is working Violet to the bone as she is the only thing between the Venom and Neuratia in his eyes.
As Mandy Moore would say, she's the only hope.
I don't think we made it through a single episode without singing something.
Why choose?
Violet says the thunder sounds again and power rises within me like it's been called by a friend to come play. I watch the rain that seems to be coming in sideways from the east, then grab the conduit of my nightstand and let it flow. It's just, she's emotional and look at the weather. She's sad. It's weird. I still feel like it's connected to her feelings, whether or not she wants to say that or admit feel it. Or Rebecca admits,
I feel like
holy shit.
I feel like Vi just downplays her power a lot in her own mind.
She just needs a little confidence.
She hasn't fully stepped in.
Well, I mean, given everything that's just happened with Zayden and Andarna and Terrence being pissy, I kind of get it.
I get it.
The mood's dark
But
for her. So the weather's dark.
Mm-hmm.
There's a knock on the door at 10 p.m., which is wildly late. Violet throws on a robe when she feels the glittery onyx bond and definitely leaves that bad boy open. He plays shy and is like, I'll go, but Violet is in permaheat around him, and they start making out like teenagers when their parents let them close the door in high school. But Vi is like, wait, you should be in Llewellyn, the place, definitely not in the person. And he is like, I launched for Tervan.
Doesn't matter. Mm-hmm.
And ended up in our home. Then he is like, at least after you graduate and we were both assigned here. Then Vi, being all warm and fuzzy, is like, it's already home. Oh, Zayden, just the fucking lines. You flew 9 hours in the wrong direction. Well, the fuck aware.
Why is it that anytime he says, well, the fuck aware, I'm just like, oh, yes.
It's acceptable when he says it.
I said it before, but it really does remind me of Big and Sex and the City. Abso-fucking-litely. Like it's.
I've kind of given him Big's voice in my mind.
You can see that.
Big has a nice ASMR voice.
He does. And he's actually, I ran into him at a coffee bean once and he's very attractive in person. Like I never thought he was that attractive on the show. Like I liked his personality. But in person, he's very good looking. He's a tall bitch.
Is he single?
I don't know. He was very
I'm
tan.
married, but also it doesn't really matter. But just, in case.
Just for in case he's.
In case he wants to join my harem, like the invitation.
We can put him on. Would you rather Big or Aiden?
Zayden.
No, Aiden.
Oh, Big. Look, Aiden is like a really nice husband, but like.
Oh my God. Big is Zayden. Aiden is Dane.
Yes. 100%.
Same energy, right?
Yeah, because Aiden gives big hall monitor energy, for sure.
Mm-hmm. And that's what, yes.
I just feel a sense of relief since you just like nailed that. Thank you.
Oh, I got so loud about it, but it was necessary, okay?
Definitely necessary.
Mm-hmm.
He shares that he was getting icy spicy in Llewellyn, the place, not in the person, but held his shit together, even though he wanted to punch the two men that raised him. Which, why not say Llewellyn in Llewellyn here? Like, why does Rebecca have to fuck with us like this? He knew that he didn't reach for any form of power because he didn't want to start at day zero again and potentially lose Violet. Violet's hella proud and he kept his control. Zayden points out that the clock is still ticking. He does have a stability number, which happens to be twice JB's longest stretch without draining after his first significant channeling, which was the cliff incident. It says his first significant channeling. So when was his actual first time? There's an epigraph from Iron Flame. And it says, it is not unheard of that a candidate enters the writer's quadrant having been paid to assassinate a cadet. I'm sorry Mira was targeted, but proud to say she dispatched the threat quickly. You have enemies, General. Official notes from Commandant Pancake to General Sorengale. So my question is, did Pancake teach Jack how to channel so he could become Venom inside the walls? Because in chapter 12, Jack says, ask me how I turned. And Violet never asked, so we have not been told. And I think Pancake brought Jack in and showed him the ropes.
I think Pancake's definitely.
The fact that you just were like, yeah, I think Pancake.
is definitely one of the people. I also, Varys was very much involved with Jack.
Well, we know Pancake is because of the egg.
Yeah, right. We know that, but I mean, Pancake, I think Varys, but I also believe it's Markham as well. Because Markham had vested interest. He was always talking to Nolan and stuff. So I think he knew everything that was going on with Jack. He's also very shifty and lying all the time. And then remember, Theophany makes a comment about I should have stuck around while I was listening to the scribes talk. I just, Markham's bad. I mean, we kind of know.
Asher says not to trust the scribes. So you're on.
And what if baby Lilith was potentially Venom, right? Like big Venom. What if she knew that Markham is also Venom, and that was like the main reason that she didn't want Violet working right under Markham as a star pupil? So like as soon as Asher was, I think, murdered, she was like, "No, you're going to Riders. You got to get him away from the scribe quadrant."
She's trying to prevent that path. What if Lilith knows some of the potential paths and knew that that was one of them?
And try to get her off to the different.
What if Lilith knew the paths but not Violet's dad, because her dad died and then General Sorengale changed where Violet was going to go?
Yeah, she was trying to manipulate it because they both obviously, Papa Sorengale was the one that took her to the to Dune. But I'm just wondering if, yeah, once Asher was no longer in the picture, she's like, no, I'm taking this into my own hands here.
Did Lilith make a impromptu visit to Violet's grandma and find some shit out?
Maybe.
Even though she hates her, but you know.
The fact that Andarna and they're saying is every possible path, and then we don't know what her path was undetermined. Like those two are connected in my brain. And I think that Andarna might know, like because she is magic, she sees that Violet could go multiple ways. And she doesn't want Violet to count out going Venin because that might be the way to save Vaden. Venin. Vaden is Venin. Zayden. It's his ship name. Like I feel like the every possible path thing.
I wonder if Andarna can see her past but isn't telling her. Because the Eras were able to identify that Zayden was Venin without him
Mhm.
channeling at that moment. His eyes turned red and they are able to reveal all. So I wonder if Andarna can see Violet's path, or you know, she wasn't able to and then had her little rendezvous with Leothin and like learned a little bit, was able to figure out how to see Violet's paths.
Something's there.
Something's happening soon.
Hmm.
It sucks because like I feel like we're on to something, but we don't have enough information because we don't have enough books. But God, Zane realized he could keep control beyond the wars, so Gale changed course because that means he can potentially play hide the pickle. Zane is potentially ready to run off because he is nervous. I mean, he did kind of channel last time they did more than kiss. He tells Violet, even though I'm not entirely me, whatever I am still craves you, needs you, and only wants you. Violet says, I love you too, and they start making out again. This man loves his declarations and tells Vi, if I loved you in the way you deserve to be loved, I'd ignore that you're the only form of peace I've ever known and put 1,000 miles between us because stable still isn't whole. Instead, I'm here plotting, thinking of every possible way to mitigate the threat I pose so I can tear this very translucent silk from your incredible body and bury myself inside you. Loves his declarations. I mean, I love them too.
Oh yeah, I like them. But when he says, even when I'm not entirely me, whatever I am still craves you, needs you, only wants you. Like we said before, because of Indarna, Vi is magic. You know, like she is power. So of course Zayden would crave her. She is power. But even before he turned, they had obviously their pull with each other. Magnets. But will someone just tell us the damn prophecy that we are convinced exists?
Her grandma is a seer. A seer.
The air. What if her grandma is a seer? I don't think that's a bad an oracle or something?
Yeah, I feel like I said it a couple episodes ago. Like, what if?
I tune you out all the time, but I think that's a really good point, Kylie.
I just have to tell you, like, something several times, and one of the times it will finally stick.
Kylie, we talk about theories, we talk about Onyx Storm all fucking day long. You cannot expect me to remember everything.
No, I need you to. Everything that I say, I need you to remember. I'm offended that you don't. But yeah, like, what if she was? Because Mira says that you need to go back and talk to her, and her grandma, like, helps Violet understand her past.
Well, it's like you're telling me this for the first time right now, and I am on board. I am on this oracle train with you, and I think you might be onto something.
Which makes me wonder about any of the other but you remember my cat and Violet theory, but and that's the only one, I swear.
Just the ones that get me excited, I remember. Apparently that didn't hit that day. It hit now. I'm hearing you now, okay?
Thank you. I'm glad you heard me.
But I think I don't like that.
Zayden asks for the one thing she loves breaking: control. It starts to get hot and heavy with nipple play and sweet talking. He uses his shadows to help spice up their lives. Zayden double checks that Violet has a serum on hand just in case things get a little too crazy. He also gives her a couple more daggers. Vi likes bad boys, though, and is DTF no matter what. They then share some bizarre, sexy talk about raising blades and debating killing each other multiple times. I'm not here to kink shame, but that's just not my brand of Kool-Aid. Violet says she will stab him if it comes to it. Zane's cool with that and keeps kissing her all over and tells her no conduit, though. Violet realizes Zayden wants her at full power in case he tries to move up in the Venom pyramid. She also knows that she is the weapon. They finally stop pussyfooting around and stop waiting and get to it.
I choose you. I choose whatever risk this brings. I see every part of you, Zayden. The good, the bad, the unforgivable. Not the ugly, because he's beautiful. That's what you promise, and that's what I want. All of you. I can handle myself. I can handle myself even against you if I have to. But the term the unforgivable makes us realize he is going to be doing some unforgivable shit, and she doesn't really care.
No, she's going to put him above everything else.
Chap turned down for what? 49.
The way you just said that.
Chap turned down for what?
Much better.
Thanks. While most deities allow temple attendants to choose their timeline of service, only two require a lifetime of dedication: Dune and Loyal. Loyal? Did I say it right? I did it right? Okay. Good for me. For both war and love change souls irrevocably. Major Rorley's Guide to Appeasing the Gods, 2nd edition. It was such a damn mistake not to go to Loisa.
Well, I mean, Trigger did die.
What a buzzkill. But if love and war change souls, it isn't a jump to think that even though Zayden's soul is slowly being poisoned, maybe it can be saved through love, especially since he channeled for war and love. Do you think Zayden is tied to Loyal?
Maybe that's the god that touched him.
Since everything he does is in love, and since we know that Vi is partially dedicated by Dune, they're each other's yin and yang. Plus, add in Malik in there, and we got ourselves a real party.
He really does do everything for love. He loves Tyrandor, refers to Tyrandor as a her,
Yeah.
and does everything for her and for Violet. He only love. So maybe that is the one that.
War, love, their yin yang. And then Malik's just trying to curry both of their favors. And then it made me think, okay, so most deities allow temple attendants to choose their timeline of service. And it's only Dune and Loyal. What about Malik? So can you do a timeline of service for a short period of time? Like maybe you're trying to get somebody's soul back. So that's what you're doing?
He is a god.
Mm-hmm.
Thought provoking.
Jesus Christ. So, they be fucking. He worships her in some interesting angles on the chair, which I've thought about a lot, to be fair. The chair angles.
He asked Rebecca if she'd like help chair sales go up.
Well, yeah, she's got that, and she's got the throne.
I need a throne.
Okay, is she in cahoots with Lazy Boy? Just trying to...
Oh my gosh, I need a shadow daddy.
Missed opportunity, okay?
Mother's Day's coming up. Lazy Boy, you can reach out to us. We'll help you.
They keep going for it. Vi's very needy and not dry, apparently. She tells him to Elsa and let it go. She tells him, you can, my body, my soul, my power is all right here. You love me. You will never hurt me. Let go. So demanding. She shoves how good it feels, that's what she said, down the bond. He shoots and scores. Not a mark in sight on the furniture. It's interesting. She brings up her power. Girl, you know Venom, right? He kind of has a strong desire for that right now. But once again, she's light, he's dark. They truly are the complement and counterpart.
That really flowed nicely.
You're welcome.
Zayden says, you're fucking soaked for me. And I'm pretty sure this is why Gare Bear got the rusty bucket. It's a gift for them for cleanup.
Clean up on aisle 4. Violet's at it again. I heard some lightning up there.
Everything's just soaked and burned. It's good for them.
Good for them.
Okay, Zayden also says, grab hold, love. And all I can think about is Twilight. You better hold on tight, Spider Monkey. Sorry to spoil the book for you guys.
Line haunts me.
This is so bad, too. I love the movies. They're so bad and so wonderful.
That's exactly how they are. So bad, but so good, you know?
Like, when they're on TV, I would always watch them. Never purchase the movies, but if they're on, I'll watch.
I do have them purchased.
They're also streaming now.
Yeah, I had DVDs of them, so we're talking back in the day. They head to the baths and have plans to do it all over again. Good for those crazy kids.
I want to give a hats off to Rebecca, or pants off, because she can write a sex scene. The ones in Variation are fucking good, literally. And like, these are spicy as hell.
She's a spicy girl. It's always the quiet ones.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
She is a freak in the sheets, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Love that for her. We do. Chapelicious 50. In case anybody's wondering, that's a chapter 50.
Everyone was wondering, so thank you.
I have to start Chapelicious. Love go. No.
You're ready for this jelly.
Oh,
My body too chapelicious for your back.
I was thinking Fergalicious, which could have worked.
No, I was doing. Yeah, well, I'll keep that in mind. But I was doing.
Fergalicious.
Yeah. I almost said chapelicious. I was doing chapelicious. It was a banger.
Single. We got it for her. Give us a call.
What if she, like, her next album is chapelicious?
We need to trademark that right now.
Right now. No, that's ours. Specifically, Chapelicious 50.
The other ones are fine. She can borrow that one.
Mm-hmm.
Lightning. Drathus. Wyvern. We see the sage pulling back his hood and red-rimmed eyes and scarlet veins branch at his temples like roots. He says, I have been weary of waiting. Violet says, I'm not yours, and tries to summon her powers, but nothing comes but panic. She reaches for her blades and then is yanked into the air with some icy fingers wrapped around her neck, nearly cutting the flow of air. The sage then says, you are ours. You will bring what I want or she dies. I'm through waiting and I will not allow her to win such a prize. Violet responds with, you do not have her, but the sage is confident and says, I will because you will bring her to me.
Berwin does not fucking like Theophany. He does not want her to be the one to get Violet. What's their beef? East Coast, West Coast? We know that Theophany is older than Berwin, but he has to be older than Naolan because he says that he was waited centuries for an iron flame. Or is he lying because that's what Venom do? They love to fucking lie. Is it actually his grandpapa? Whoever it is really likes Sword of Tyrandor, though.
Berwin's tough because he could easily like fit into Naolan as well.
He could be Naolan. He could be grandpapa.
I'm just picturing Xaden, like Shadow Daddy, Grandpapa.
My grandpapa. He never met his grandpapa. He was dead. Dead upon arrival.
God. All right.
You know?
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Violet realizes her hands don't look like hers when she slams it into the ground and channels from the earth. She knows it's a dream and tries to wake as the sage says, "This city will fall." Reminder, they are in Drathis in the dream. "Yours will be next." She feels the sword of Tyrandor at her throat and finally wakes up. She sees Xaden twisting in his sleep and his teeth grinding, which teeth grinding is such a fucking nasty sound. This is the grossest part in all of these books for me. Literally the worst part of all of them. No, you don't.
I got TMJ, so it's like, okay.
I don't grind my teeth, but Rowan does, and it's
Clench.
yeah.
I clench. I'm a clencher.
Whenever those reels pop up, just a reminder, relax your shoulders. I'm like, and unclench your jaw, and I'm like, every time. So anybody who's listening, unclench your jaw and relax your shoulders. This has been a namaste moment. Don't know. Violet yells to Xaden to wake up. She attempts a couple of times until he finally wakes up, and she reminds him that they are in their room. Violet shares the bad dream that she's been having since Resson. Thunder is booming in the distance. It seems relevant. She starts to tell him about her dream and how she hears Andarna scream and can't get to her, how the sage is there and she can't scream or move. Xaden gets tense and asks for all the details. Violet tells him how tonight was different and that she had a relic. Xaden makes her realize it was his hand and she was in his dream. They start comparing dream notes, and Xaden has had every dream that she has had. Xaden is like, "Baby girl, they are my dreams, not yours." He tells her how he always wakes up feeling like somebody is watching him. They're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. Violet asks what is the dream about since she always is walking in mid-conversation. Xaden tells her that the sage wants Xaden to deliver her. Xaden asked if she has ever been in anyone else's dream. She's like, how would I know? Then she's like, well, there was this one time I dreamed I was in Cliffsbane, and she realizes that she was in Marin's dream that night. Vi's like, no way that that's possible. Xaden tells her it is possible if you're a dreamwalker. It must be your second signet, the one being bonded to Andarna gives you. It would make sense. Her kind are peaceful, and the ability itself would be passive, even a gift in a culture like that. Vi's like, there's no such thing as dreamwalking, and the Irits told her that she gave me something more dangerous than lightning. It was one of the reasons they were so angry with her. There is such a thing. Xaden's voice drops. It's absolutely more dangerous than lightning. It's a form of intrinsic. Vi tells him, I don't read minds. That can't be right. Xaden has to spell it out for her. You don't read them. You walk straight into them when they are unconscious.
Slow and Gale. Takes her a while. Which, like we said on our first Onyx Storm episode, this is absolutely going to be a tool that will help Vi and Xaden stay connected when he's off in Venomland.
Just on vacation. That's just off on a shitty vacay, for sure.
Little evil vacay.
A break from being kind.
I'll go. A break from being kind. Have courage, be kind. Have courage, be evil.
You've been taking a break from being kind for a while. Violet immediately checks in with Andarna, who says defensively, I did not choose it any more than Taryn chose lightning, but you've been known to wander while dreaming. It's harmless. You're mostly drawn to him. Taryn is an angry dragon saying, and you said nothing? Andarna replies with, you did not inform her the first time she wielded lightning. She needed to discover it herself. Violet is confused as hell, saying it doesn't make sense. Signets are based on our unique bond and the power of the dragon and what we need most, so it's logical that you needed to know everyone's intention when you manifested. You had to keep the Mark One safe, but there's no part of me who wants or needs to know what anyone else is dreaming. except when I did. I was cut off from her while she slept all those months. Shit. She realized it was for Indarna, but signets don't work on dragons, so hers developed on Xaden unknowingly. Vi is feeling guilty for intruding on dreams, and Xaden tells her, which is what makes you exceptionally dangerous. I can only read someone while they're awake, and I'm limited by their ability to shield. No one can shield while they're sleeping. You could potentially walk straight into Malgren's own dreams, and he couldn't stop you. Probably wouldn't even know. Violet, they will kill you if they find out. It won't matter that you're the best weapon they have against Venom, against me. They'll snap your neck and call it self-defense.
I'm not 100% on it was for Andarna, and that's why it happened. I think that's Slow and Gale's theory. I think it was for the future need of Xaden, like being able to, and not just Xaden, but like the war.
She's constantly separated from Xaden, so she has that need with him as well. So I agree.
Right.
I don't think it was specifically for Andarna. I think Andarna like helped facilitate, but definitely more
Yeah.
for Xaden because yeah, they've been separated. He's older, you know. He's gonna be gone.
Yeah.
She knew that.
Do you imagine? Do you imagine what one could do with dreamwalking? Could she kill Venom while dreamwalking? Check to see what leadership is actually up to. Like,
We've only seen about 20% of this ability. So I'm wondering, like,
at the most, I think. Yeah, like I
that's
think.
what Rebecca said.
Oh, she did. Oh,
So
yeah.
we've only seen about like
'Cause,
15,
like,
20% of this bad boy.
that's a lot of power from one person. What Violet has.
Because, I mean, I'm going to get into it in a second about meddling, but like, how much can she truly meddle? Violet thinks she's harmless, but Xaden says she's meddled in his dream since he wanted to channel but lifted his hand. She needs to confirm that this is all real. So she goes and harasses Marin in the middle of the night and asks if Marin had a portrait of her family. Marin says yes and asks if something is wrong. That's like, whoa, girl, no. So Marin offers to show the picture to Violet. Honestly, so nice of her since it's the middle of the fucking night. I would not be so kind. Violet realizes she has seen the picture before. Taryn then yells down the bond that a horde is approaching from the east, which Sigale was telling Xaden and Marin's Griffin was notifying her. So I get that they kind of help Marin out here. Anyway, they're under attack. Dreamwalking is so fucking crazy. It never even crossed my mind that that could be it.
Yeah. And then it makes me think about Berwin. He has to be a dreamwalker, right?
It's like he recognized her and magic likes balance.
Right? Is Berwin a descendant from Lucerish, or like from that province where we maybe assume that her dad is from, because that's where his mom lives. Okay, so on that line of thinking of somehow they're related, Berwin and Violet, distantly. Then look at it like my Lyra Theophany. What if a Sorengale is from there and that she's related to both of them? So that's why she has these ridiculous powers on top of let's add in Darna and let's add in being touched by the gods.
Interesting concept. Compelling, really, truly.
I feel like he has to be the dream walker. I mean, we see him in all these dreams.
He like is able to have active conversations and the dialogue slightly changes. Can Violet like take their lives in their dream? What if she takes their souls while they're sleeping?
Or heals their souls. Which Rebecca said before that she doesn't really love characters that have like, or she tries not to write them, of like the aliens of the world that are ridiculously powerful. But I'm like, well, what do you do to our girl?
I mean, Violet also still has the balance of her shitty joints.
Yeah. And like pots or whatever she has. Pots like symptoms, whether it's pots or if it's just magic manifesting in her.
Really, really fucking thought provoking. Now I'm gonna simmer on this like all day.
Please let us know what you guys think. DM us, email us. We want to hear.
No fun.
No. But if you're going to, make sure you leave a voicemail because that way I can just check to see in my visual voicemail if I'm going to answer or
To
not.
translate to text, it's the only way I voicemail.
Yes.
Now.
I'm not going to actually listen.
No.
And then I hate it when people like call and don't leave a voicemail, like someone that I don't know. Because I'm like, I need to know if you're worth calling back. Questions we had. Was Jack taught by the higher-ups how to channel in Basgiath to turn venom? Was Violet's grandma a seer? Was Grandpapa actually Berwyn? Things we noticed. More hints of Ark Signet. Zayden and Ark being besties, but like on the DL. Finally had Violet's second Signet confirmed. Kaora being in a little sus bucket. Theories confirmed or denied. Vi will use her dream walking abilities to help or communicate with Zayden. So, that's our thoughts. Chapters 46 through 50. We have new episodes every Wednesday. Our next episode will cover chapters 51 through 55.
Thank you so much for tuning in and spending time with us as we go off on our tangents. If you are enjoying listening to us, make sure you share with your book besties and you subscribe wherever you're listening.